Hi, this video is for Rosemary and basically how to do the side spin serve. And you want to use a forehand grip. The paddle is going to be in your hand and you're going to do the normal toss. And you're focusing on having the ball hit right here. And you're doing this type of motion. And this serve is for doubles. It'll cause the spin. It'll land very close to the middle line, and then it's going to shoot to the right side. And the goal is to have it hit really close to the net on your side, and because it's so close to the net, when it bounces, it's going to go over the net, but stay close to the net, and the side spin will then have an effect. If you hit it too hard, it becomes a very easy setup because you're focusing on side spin. You can do it like this. This is more advanced, so you get more wrist motion. Or you hold it like forehand shot, and you're just focusing on that motion here. It took me 3 months to really get it down. And even when you and Jim was playing with me, that was a rarity that I was able to get almost all of them in. Usually right now it's about 30% in, the rest fail for me. So you want to practice this, and when you're up in a game, that's when you want to use it to practice it in the match, in the games, because it's no good to have a serve that you never use. You want to always practice that. That's why when we're playing, a lot of people like George will say, Dorian, you really miss your serve a lot. It's because I'm trying multiple different serves to improve my serves in the match. And again, you're just focusing on this small little action of the wrist, and you're going to see lots of different angles of how I do it. And again, it's going to be a forehand shot. You can do it with your backhand, but right now I would probably do the forehand. It's a little bit easier to do at this point. Progression 1. So you're going to have your stance, like in doubles, and aside from just focusing on doing this, what you want to do is toss it up and just spin the ball. You're not serving, you're just focusing on that spin. See how it shoots out sideways? That's what you want, is progression 1. You want to get that feeling in your hand where you're doing spin so the ball rolls that way. Once you get that down, then you're going to make it more difficult, and you're doing the spin, but then you're aiming for your target. That's number 2. And after you practice that, don't worry if it lands off the wrong side or whatnot. You're just focusing on getting it closer to your target. If it hits net, so what? It's practice. And you're just focusing on getting that motion. And you're focusing on the ball going more to, when you're playing, it's going to be towards your left. And the more you do that, the better you'll get at it. Okay, Rosemary, first of all, you always want to set up targets. Either take just a plain piece of paper and set it up close to the center of the net, close to the center of the table on your side of the court. Lay it on the right side like the red paddle, and then also lay another piece of paper or use a paddle and lay it where I placed the blue paddle. And those are your targets for where the ball is going to land on your side, and then ideally where the ball is going to land on your opponent's side. And the goal is to actually have it where your serve never reaches the end of the table on your opponent's side. It's always going to shoot to the side. And again, this serve is very difficult to do, And also, if your opponent knows that you're going to do it, they can really get real close up to the table and reach over, and technically they can smash the ball. And because it's so close to the net, it's going to be easy smash for them. The key for this serve is surprise. And basically you're keeping it low to the net, and by the time they reach forward enough, the ball will be slightly lower than the net. So if they smash the ball, you will most likely win the rally by them hitting into the net. Or, because it's so low, their only option is to actually pop it up, and that's where you practice either your smash or looping the ball, or looping meaning topspin the ball over, and ideally you should be in a good position from there. And again, it's a very good serve, but it's like a very low percentage serve to do. It's a surprise tactic. And now, this is just a tip for doubles. Is again, we talked about this before, that if you're playing doubles, if you're in the center of the table, you're really taking up a lot of real estate for your partner. And we're using the bucket as an example of your partner. Your partner ideally should be here, here, or here. Those are just 3 places. Here is best because he can cover both sides of the table. He's here, and I hit the ball here, he's in trouble. If I hit it at him, he's in trouble because it's going to jam him. He is only covering right here. So ideally, your partner wants to get here. If you're here, and you're doing this serve, it's going to be very difficult. So eventually you want to practice it like this. And this is progression number 3 or 4, if you want to call it that. And you're really close to the end of the table here. And you're practicing that serve. And you're practicing stepping out of the way. So this is the partner. And if you're playing with someone bigger than a bucket, they're going to take up a lot more room. If you're here, they're probably whacking you. That's how much room they'll need. So you just want to practice doing this serve about halfway on the right side of the table, which makes it really hard to do, but focus on hitting the ball, fully hitting it, and when you hear it bounce, that's when you want to move, okay? That gives you enough time to do the serve right, without you compromising your swing, because you're swinging and moving. You want to do the motion, hear the bounce, move out of the way, ideally. So, you practice. I'm not that fast at it either. You practice that, gives them the best real estate, best place. And again, it's a surprise serve that ideally will cause a lob for your partner to then come in and hit. And then you just want to practice, like me, I do this serve like this to get more wrist motion. Problem with it, it's 2 fingers. You can drop the racket very easily. You want to practice it like this, which limits range of motion, but you can still do it like that. And again, using this bucket, this is the height that I'm having my racket at. I always have to throw it up this high, cause it be a legal serve. Up. Problem with that is you have to wait until the ball gets your racket, and then you're causing the spin. So. As I'm moving out of the way before you hear the bounce. One more. Good. Intro to the next video is going to be a side spin serve with the backhand, and this is a little more difficult for me. That's why I'm demonstrating it with the forehand. But again, you can cause it the same way. And progression one, if you want to try that as well, is just focusing on one, hitting the ball, and two, getting it to spin the right way. And you're just spinning it by moving the ball like that. And again, you practice that too, Rosemary. I hope this helps you, Rosemary, learn the side spin serve. And again, it really takes patience. The progressions, it's not, oh, go through it really quickly. It takes time. And again, try do it 100 times, just the tossing it up and just spinning it, not paying attention to anything but it moving to your left. And you're just doing that, focusing on your wrist moving. You probably want to stretch your hand afterwards because of the amount of repetitions you're going to do that. And again, eventually you'll get down right. Like filming this video, I actually learned that I'm more at like 50% success ratio now. And I'm happy for that. And again, you want to get to the point where every serve you do, you land it, and it's a legal serve, meaning your opponent doesn't get the point instantly. You want to make them work for every single point, and you want to make it to the point that every single serve you do is 100%. That is my goal, is to hit any serve from any position on the table and get it to start the rally 100% of the time. And ideally, be in an attacking position. But you're doing great, Rosemary, and I hope this video helped you, and hopefully you guys see this video.